Good morning, my LinkedIn family. Okay, so today I have to adjust my camera. Just bear with me for a minute. Yeah, I'm back. I hope you're well and enjoying your morning, evening, wherever you are. Uh, Please make your presence feel, and I will recognize everyone who is with me today. So we have Asad. I'm not sure from where you are joining in, Asad. Um, and we have my friend Shahid Chaudhry joining in from London. Uh, Kaisar Nawaz, Kandapur, LinkedIn in my case has been quite useless. Yes, absolutely, it can be if you do not know how to use it, and if your LinkedIn is not optimized, and if you are not targeting properly. So there are multiple factors in making your LinkedIn work for you. And if you need to talk to me, you can always DM me. And I have Randa. How are you, Randa? Rand, sorry. I always pronounce your name wrong. Randa from Toronto. How is your son? I am sure he is growing and he is healthy. So thank you very much for joining in, Rand. We have Talha. Talha is based in Karachi. He's a fantastic fellow. We have my dear friend Shahzad joining in. Good morning, Shahzad. We have Umar joining in. Umar, thank you. Good afternoon. So, are you in somewhere in the Europe? We have Ali Baloch joining in. Ali is working, well, helping me um, in transcribing my videos, my live sessions, and he's available for work. So if anybody is interested in getting some transcriptions done, he's the one to connect with. We have Alam Khan joining in from Brampton, Ontario. Brampton. We have Adnan Siddiqui. Good morning. We have Nimat Sab joining in. Good morning. Oh, right. Yes, Ram, I'm sure. I'm sure. COVID has just put us in our cages, right? We are at home and we are unable to meet. Otherwise, I would have I would have come to your place sometime. And then Sharia Sheikh joining in. Uh, and we have more comments. We have uh, Clement joining in. Hello, Clement. From where are you joining in? Please, can you mention your country and city? We have Huzafa Shabir Hussain joining in. Huzafa is a business consultant. He worked with me for almost 14 years. He's a fantastic fellow. Um, Omar from Dubai. All right. Okay. Shahriar says he's looking for a job in a hotel. All right. Coming on live, you think it will help you find a job? If anyone in this list that we have today, anyone who is following this live, can anyone help Sharia find a job? So your statement is incomplete, so which means that you really need a lot of preparation before you get into the job market. We have Nasir joining in. Good morning. We have uh, Satchit joining in. Good morning from New Delhi. My mother is from New Delhi, by the way. So I've been to New Delhi only once. Well, Delhi only once. Uh, Clement joining in from Rwanda. So thank you very much for all of you who have joined in this session. This is really, really encouraging um, that people join in and people stay and people are learning. My only objective in this daily session of Growth Talk 2021 is to help you grow in 2021. And the reason is that what I observed, she's been joining in from Kerala. Good morning. Good morning. Uh, the objective is to help you all grow. Whoever joins in, the focus is growth. And there are certain things that we do in our life, in our careers, which really help us move on and do something more interesting and um, more interesting and more rewarding. So for me, you all are probably my followers, and some are non-followers also, so you can always follow me. I'm amongst top 1% LinkedIn users. Top 1% LinkedIn users. So there are 800 million people on LinkedIn users, top 1%. And I want to take you with me on this growth journey in 2021. These sessions that I'm doing every morning, I spend 30 minutes with you, 25 to 30 minutes with you, in talking in very simple language as to what you should be doing gradually, which will help you move on and grow in your life, in your career, in your business. And these things are applicable across the board, across the board. In the past sessions, there have been 11 sessions. Today is the 12th session, and I've spoken about identifying your strengths and weaknesses. How do you find your unique selling proposition? How do you build a strategy? How do you focus and learn to focus on? And then on the fifth day, we did a recap of the week. On Monday, we spoke about opportunities and threats, the power of manifestation next day, coaching and mentoring, and the importance of coaching and mentoring on the eighth day, importance of knowledge beyond textbook on ninth day. We spoke about one skill that you should really be focusing at, and they picked ideas from the group, and then I shared my idea as to what is one skill that you need desperately. I mean, if you don't have that skill, doesn't really matter how qualified you are, growing in your career will be very, very challenging. And that skill is communication skills. And we broke it down into different components of communication skills. And yesterday, I spoke about activating your leadership gland. What actually leadership means, and there are several. If you Google it, there are maybe millions of kind of explanations around it. And the only explanation that I have for you, and I discussed it yesterday, somebody who is able to take initiative. I have someone calling me from the US, a client. Let me just. So her name is Laura Walkman. She's a transformation coach, and she will be with me tomorrow. And I'm going to announce that. Well, I've already got the event on my profile. So if you want to go and look at it, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to announce exactly everything around that session for tomorrow. It's going to be at. Let me just. So at the moment we are doing it, I'm just putting it in the comments so that you can see and you can join in. Laura Walkman is a transformational coach based in the US, and she will be with me. I just added the the link for that event in the comment box. So if you are interested, please join in, and you will find it very useful. Imran joining in from Indonesia. Thank you very much, Imran. So you can book your space in that event that is happening tomorrow live here, and you can join in and learn from Laura Walkman as to what transformation means and how transformation, I think it's brighter, transformation can help us grow. So tomorrow I will not have. I mean, I'm thinking not to have morning session, but I may still come in. Here is Laura. Hey, Laura, thank you very much. I was just introducing you with the community that I have at the moment, and I've added the link uh, for our event in the post, so anybody who's interested should be able to join in. And she is a fascinating coach, and she works around, well, one overarching thing, which is transformation, and transformation is something that really makes us glow. And she'll be with me tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You can book your space. Thank you very much, Laura, for joining in today. I hope you will be able to stay for a while and participate in the session. So thank you very much. So today's session, uh, I've explained all those 11 points that we have discussed. Today's session is about looking at our past. How important it is to look at our past. I do not really say that you look at your past and you mourn, you feel sorry about it. The only objective that I have when I say look at your past is um, to develop your thinking process as to what you have done in the past 5 years or where you were 5 years ago and how far have you come, what have you achieved, how successful you have been in the past 5 years, just to give you a boost. Uh, I have not seen any person in my life, unless somebody is completely, dumb and he doesn't really want to do anything in his life. I have not seen anyone not growing. People grew in extremely difficult situations. So today, what I wanted to say is that look at your past. So you are in 2021. Take January 2021 and count 5 years behind and see what you have done in your past 5 years and how far have you grown, what have you done in that situation. And Josefa, thank you very much. He is buttering me. Well, thank you, Josefa. So Josefa worked with me for almost 14 years, and I still mentor him for he's, by the way, he's masters in project management and teaches at a couple of universities as a visiting faculty, and he runs his own consultancy business. So he's a business consultant, and I'm mentoring him for his growth. So uh, we all see situations in which we feel depressed and we don't like it. But look at organizations. In organizations, the management and you all are working, and when we work we have certain things to do at work. One is the KPIs, key performance indicators. So we set our key performance indicators, and based on key performance indicators we measure our performance, and all that is documented. But in our own lives usually that is not the case. So we just keep doing, get up in the morning, go to work, or go to our business, open our business, wrap it up in the evening, come back home, eat, watch TV, go to sleep. This is the normal practice that we have. A lot of people, okay, do certain things which are learning and kind of engaging with other people, building network and all that. Uh, but the reality of the matter is not all of us actually look at our own performance in the past. Just by looking at your own performance and mapping your success, and it can be just very simple success, as I said. Anything that you do in addition to what you're doing is your success. It's very simple. So if you read a book, for instance, you haven't read a book, but you now have read a book, which means that this is success, one step towards your own growth, which means that from that book you and the objective of reading of a book, or listening to a book, audiobook, is to learn something new, or to kind of help you do something differently. Excuse me. So if you are doing that, and you can actually map it, that in the past 5 years I've read these 5 books, uh, that is great. So if you map it up, which means not thinking, I'm really against thinking. Uh, Shazad, I'm going to come to you on that. Don't worry. I knew that question is going to come, since I've put in that I'm amongst the top 1% LinkedIn users. Um, so don't think, just create a document and map it, properly map it. What have you done in the past 5 years? And only that, you will see, will help you redefine your position, and you will understand that you're not stuck. Nobody's stuck. We all are moving, and change is the only constant in life. Remember that. So this change is happening now also. You will see that change happen in your life also. You probably have pivoted, like Shazad moved in from the Gulf to Canada. He's doing certain things, and he's moving along. Shazad's wife is doing something, and um, she was originally volunteering, then she got a job, a pretty decent job, and stuff like that. So you keep doing things, and you keep learning with these things. So map your 5 years. That's really really important. And when you have mapped your 5 years, I will be more than happy to kind of see it. If you DM me, okay, these are three things that I've done in the past 5 years, which have actually helped me reach to the position where I am. And believe me, you will find quite a few things, not one, two, three things. You will probably find 10 things in 5 years that you have done that have helped you grow. And and the simple formula, if you keep repeating or you keep enhancing the same efforts, you will keep growing, period. So this is my message for today. If anybody would like to share with me what you have done in the past 5 years, any thought that you have uh, that actually help you grow. So I know Josefa, if you can share yours. I know Laura, you have done something fascinating. So if you just share in just one liner or maybe a couple of bullet points as to what have you done in the past 5 years that actually helped you grow, and that will be inspiring for other people who are with me in this session, and they can take a lead from that point. All right, Nemasab, thank you very much. And Shazad, great, great question. Who and what defines the top 1% of LinkedIn users? Anybody who is consistently and strategically adding uh, original content on LinkedIn is amongst 1% top users. Very simple formula. If you have seen, because we both have been following each other for a while, my content is almost 90% absolutely original, my own content. I rarely share somebody else's content. So this is the definition. 1%, and that link, this is what LinkedIn has said, by the way. This is not I am saying. Anyone who is consistently uh, putting in adding original content strategically original content, I'm fumbling, on LinkedIn is amongst top 1%, because out of 800 million LinkedIn users, only 1% users are actually adding consistently and strategically original content. So I hope I have responded. You're doing good. You're doing good, but as we discussed in our coaching, improve and try to add more original content. I know Laura is adding a lot of original content, so that's great, Laura. Alam Khan, keep focus on all difficult times. Absolutely. So your focus should be on the positive side. This is what you have done. Uh, Huzafa's question, and please ask any question if you have. And by the way, already 23 minutes in the session. If you like it, I know a lot of people are joining in for the first time, and a lot of people are coming back to these sessions. Please, please share this live session. Just simply share button, push share button, so that your network also learns something new. And this is the way we can spread this information, and you can become the torch bearer. You can become my direct community that is spreading the knowledge. And please, if you can do that, that would be great. So just please share, but push share button and spread this knowledge. So Josefa's question, then Laura's question, and then I have. Let me just welcome this great guy. His name is Hamad, and all Hamads are great, aren't they, Hamad? So thank you very much. Great. You have okay. So I'm sorry, I didn't see your response also. So he worked on investment in creating backup income options, and he is great. So Hamad are talking about creating a platform whereby we help people understand how their investment can yield more income. So uh, it's still in the discussion, but this is what we are looking at. So thanks, Ahmad. Yeah, he says, lol, absolutely. so so Huzafa's question, and then we go to Laura, and then we have Shazad saying something. So Huzafa asks, how much do you think reading book can add value in the growth versus skill? So adding knowledge has directly proportional relationship with the growth. So yes, so your knowledge is the key. If you know something, I mean, of course, you don't really need to know everything. You have other people who can work for you, but your knowledge is the key to success. And gradually you build your knowledge. And skill building and growth can go, hand in hand. Growth is more holistic, skill is more defined. And we can probably have a separate session on that. And I have people like Laura Hamad and Shazad and some other who are very, very experienced in this field. I'm sure they will agree. Your growth really is the more holistic picture of you moving from one position to another position, and the skill is a component within that. So you have to have a skill which can help you grow. So for instance, yesterday we spoke about communication skills and how communication skill can help you grow. And reading book, Huzafa, I am a big fan of reading books. Lately, I haven't been able to because I'm too much into um, establishing my business, which is taking a lot of time. Uh, but the last book that I started reading is by Simon Sinek, and the name of the book is Why Leaders Eat Last. And I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek. So Laura said, well, yes, COVID opened my eyes to see the need for consistent self care and taking the time to pour into myself before others. Great. I spent a solid month listening to podcasts, reading, and truly taking time to find my purpose. Yes, Laura. And then Laura reinvented herself from corporate world into a, a corporate coach and corporate trainer, and she is doing great. So thanks, Laura, for your feedback. Um, Yes, you are right. And this is what I am looking at. People are still thinking about last year. People will, and there will be a lot of people at the end of this year will still think about 2020 and 2021. We should do so too, but doesn't really mean that we should not grow. We should do everything that will help us move along and move out of that scenario. Your growth, Shara said, you grow with every experience, be it personal, professional. Absolutely. Just to give you an example, now, how many of you know? I mean, we usually go and we buy fried chickens from Popeyes. So we eat halal, so halal Popeyes. We go there, and a lot of people eat from. I mean, fried chicken is something that a lot of people eat, right? I actually worked at Popeyes, and I used to wonder when I joined in years and years ago uh, as to how do you know that chicken is cooked? For instance, if you're cooking at home, you can test it. Well, it's tender and everything, and then you see, okay, chicken is done. But in that fryer, huge fryer, where you have 50 pieces of chicken frying, how do you know that every piece is properly cooked? And that was one question. So your inquisitiveness is really important. We'll probably talk in one of the sessions about your inquisitiveness. And I kept thinking about it. So next day, I actually asked my supervisor, "How do you know that this this chicken is cooked?" And so because I was still a trainee, and he really didn't want to tell me everything, but he said, when it starts floating, it is cooked. So when you put chicken in the fryer, chicken will settle down, and when it starts floating, it is cooked. Now, he just told me that, and because I studied science in my high school until my 12th grade, I could figure out, okay, when we put chicken in, chicken has moisture in it, and the moisture takes the chicken down in the bottom, and as it is cooked, moisture evaporates, and the chicken starts floating. So when it starts floating, it means it is cooked. So that's how I learned something which not a lot of people know about it. I mean, even I think a lot of people working in Popeye would not know about it because they never asked a question. So asking a question is really, really important, and that actually increases your knowledge, and your knowledge then takes you to the next level, right? So, I use these examples in my coaching and training. People get fascinated because they haven't even thought about it, right? Uh, Ali Baluch says that in the past 5 years, he is focusing, well, I know, so I'll rephrase what he said. He's focusing on generating income independently. So working independently, he doesn't really wants to go. And by the way, he's doing undergrad in I think chemistry. He told me he wants to really build independent income by so what he found that he could do a virtual assistance course. He's doing that at the moment, and also working with on Fiverr and people like me in transcription, and he does PowerPoints also and stuff. So anybody interested in engaging him, connect with him. So if you have shared this session with your followers, say yes. And if you want to come back to this session tomorrow, well, tomorrow we have a session with Laura. So I'm not going to do an 8:35 a.m. session. It will be a 10 a.m. session, and I've shared the link. So please come and join at that time, and you will learn a lot. I mean, she's just fabulous, and we're going to be very informal discussion on how transformation works in our lives, in our career. So press yes. And by the way, the last thing that I want to share, and I'm sharing it every day, I am creating a community of growth hackers, people who are interested in growth. I'm launching that project next Monday. Well, probably this Monday, coming Monday, and it will be. Thank you, Alam. It will be very selective because I'm really interested. So there is no price tag attached to it because I just want to help a couple of groups before we grow and we start charging a little bit, because it's a lot of time that I'm going to put to help you. So whoever is with me here, and if you're interested in joining that community, keep in mind, this Monday I'm going to announce it. There will be an application form, online application form. You'll have to fill that form, and the only thing I need from you is your commitment. If you're committed, and it will be a 33-day challenge. It will not be exhaustive. It will help you redefine yourself, and if you are already on the growth trajectory, you will grow faster, and if you are not, you will start growing if you implement everything that I will kind of work with you on. And these will be like small tasks for you, and in 4 weeks we will do 4 to 6 tasks, and then we will kind of look at from where we started, and where we are after 4 weeks. So it's going to be a 33-day challenge for you, and I'm sure a lot of you will be happy to join in, and keep an eye, regardless of wherever you are, because it's going to be virtual. Everything is going to be virtual. um, um, and you will love it. So with that, thank you very much for joining in. If you have any question at this moment, we're already 25th, 30th minute actually. I can give you 2 more minutes. If you have any question, any comments, please say here. If you like these sessions, please say yes, and keep sharing these uh, broadcast live sessions with your community. And think, whatever I'm giving back to my LinkedIn family is what I have learned in the past 35 years of my career, and I really want to give it back to the community so they could actually learn from these small tips and grow. So think about it. And today's session, Omar, thank you very much. Yes, you learned, and please come back tomorrow, but that's going to be 10 a.m. Toronto time. So adjust your I mean, you can always just go and look at the link that I shared. Just uh, you know um, just add that into your calendar, and it will pop up. Thank you, Ali. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. And with that, keep commenting, keep coming back, and if you comment on my post, you will actually increase your visibility on LinkedIn, because I've got about 56,000 plus people in my network, and that's a sizable network across the globe. So with that, thank you very much for joining in, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Laura Walkman, and we are going to talk about transformation. Hamas Aligi is signing off from Toronto. We have a nice day. It's bright and sunny, pretty cold still, but my plan is to do a couple of calls. I've got a couple of calls lined up, and then go out for a walk. With that, thank you very much, and a bit of promotion.